Hello Viking sports followers. So today we're back with another interview, today with Lewie the Saint Edmondson, a recently new pro to the boxing game under the management of Billy Joe Saunders. So it'll be very interesting to get to know him a bit better, understand what's been going on with Billy Joe Saunders and what's up next for Lewie. So without further ado, we'll get him in and we'll start this interview. Okay, so we sent him the invite, so it'll be a couple of moments and he'll be with us and we'll get started. All right, mate?
What's happening, mate? How's things?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
All good, mate. All good. Just resting up, ready for my next session.
Yeah, definitely. So purpose of today is just to get to know you a bit better. Obviously, got a fantastic mentor stroke manager in Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah.
So just really to start off with, I think how you got involved with Billy Joe, how that all come about.
Yeah, well, basically, met him for a good friend in Tom Little.
Yep.
And just went forward from there. You know, I had a chat, and I think Bill wanted to see me, see what I can do, and we went a few sparring sessions and done a few bits and bobs, and yeah, he was happy and was pleased with what he saw, so we moved forward. You know.
Yeah. And how much of an inspiration has he been to you? Obviously, quite new to the pro game. Now, currently 3-0 from a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, going on his card on, I think it was the 4th of December, Friday the 4th. So, how much of an inspiration has he been to you starting off?
Well, it's unbelievable. You know, it's not only like now, but even before this, Billy Joe was my favourite fighter before I even knew Billy Joe. You know.
Yeah.
Said it previously before we come in contact, so it's not just me saying it, you know, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it was me my favourite fighter, and then to obviously be working with him, it's just a dream come true, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm with him a lot. I'm training camps with him. I'm learning every day, and yeah, it's good, man. I'm really enjoying it. Couldn't be happier.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, you recently become 3-0. Obviously, you had a bit of a nightmare before because you were meant to fight a good few weeks ago, and obviously there was some results that come back, COVID results that were just a nightmare, which is just not good. But at least you got back out, a few weeks later. How was that fight and the experience of going into that one?
Yeah, it was a nightmare, you know. Obviously, testing the positive for the corona was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, a big thank you to MTK Global and Billy Joe Saunders for getting me out so quickly afterwards. And we got the show back on the road finally and got another 4 rounds in the bank.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, with your upcoming fight on the Billy Joe Saunders card, are you still going to be doing the 4 rounds, or are you taking a step up?
Yeah, we want to step up now. I'm fit. I'm ready to go. We've had long camp, back-to-back camp.
Yeah.
And we're stepping up to 6 rounds now.
Okay.
And we're trying to find a step up in opponent, but we're struggling at the minute. We've been struggling. There don't seem to be too many takers out there. So we're trying to get a decent fight. And hopefully Eddie and Bill gets it sorted and we can get this show on the road.
Yeah, definitely. And how many times would you ideally like to start fighting? So, like, rolling into 2021, how many times would you like to see yourself fighting in 2021?
I'd like to be out 5-6 times, you know.
Yeah.
And hopefully get a couple in. Obviously, I've had a little bit of a break, I've had a few complications, I've had a few changes in my career. So I've had a little break out the ring, but I'm all learning and developing. But I'd like to be busy now. Obviously, I've fought 2 weeks ago, not even that.
Yeah.
And then I'm fighting again now, 6 rounder, hopefully another 6 rounder February, maybe an 8 rounder March, April. And then we can start getting on. Whoever wants it can get it.
Yeah, no, definitely. So with obviously Billy Joe as part of your team, who else have you got in around you at the moment? Obviously fighters tend to start off with a relatively small team and start to expand upon that. So who have you got around you at the moment?
Well, you say that. Obviously I'm with Billy Joe. You know, I'm always in his camp, so I'm
Yeah.
around the same team as Bill. You know, we've got MTK nutritionist Greg Marriott. Obviously, I'm on the phone to him. I'm normally there with them, but I'm home at the minute, so I'm hassling Greg every day. Greg, what do I eat today? What today? Tom Watts, camp manager, Mark Tibbs. It's the MTK global team, Lee, and yeah, it's a good team, you know. And obviously, I stay in close contact with my amateur coaches as well. I speak to them a lot on the phone.
Yeah.
And when I'm home, I pop down there, Kev Bell and Stu Gill, and yeah, it's good. Really, I've got a lot of people around me, a lot of good people around me, and good foundation, and I'm happy.
Yeah. And obviously, you mentioned at the beginning of the interview with regards to Tom Little, obviously disappointing result last night for him. You know, I think he's come out and said that his eardrum burst in the first round, so
Yeah.
it's just a nightmare, you know, to start off with. How much of an inspiration was he and a role to get into you to where you are now, obviously under the Billy Joe Saunders and co.
Listen, Tom's been a very, very good friend for some time now. I'd say for 7 or 8 years, been a good friend. Guides me, obviously. Yeah, he's it's a shame about his result last night, and he's had a hard career. He's had some hard fights. He took some mates say some stupid fights, but he's been a big inspiration, and I speak to Tom every day. I spoke to him last night after the fight. I spoke to him again this morning, and yeah, big inspiration. He's been in the sport a long time. He knows the job inside out. He's not stupid, and yeah, he's helped very, very much. So he's put him in some positions.
Yeah. So obviously, moving forward in your career, where do you see yourself ending up and wanting to go? Obviously, Billy Joe's, you know, he's at kind of the peak of his game at the moment, and obviously wanting to get those world title shots. Do you see yourself, you know, once he's out of the game, slipping into, you know, his position and fighting for those world titles?
100%. That's where we're aiming. I wouldn't be in the sport for nothing else, you know. If I didn't think that's where I was going to be, I won't waste my time. Waste my time.
And Billy Joe, he rates you very, very highly.
Yeah.
I saw the interview on BBC South with yourself and Billy Joe. You know, was highly rating you then, and obviously he said doesn't want to get in the ring with you. So yeah,
I'm not too sure about that, but yeah, he's Bill's very impressed with what he's seen, and it's only brings me on, you know, and it's good. Listen, I feel like I'm moving very well as a pro. I think I'm ready to move very fast. Bill don't want to hold me back. Obviously, I'm 25 this year, so we're ready to move on. You know, a quick few fights, then we're ready to move on and start making statements in the division.
Yeah. And obviously under the MTK team at the moment, obviously Billy Joe's under the Matchroom header. Is that somewhere that you would like to potentially see yourself expand into like the Matchroom field with Eddie and seeing what possibilities are around the corner with them or another promoter potentially?
Listen, I'm with Frank Warren at the moment, so who knows what's going to happen? You know, obviously I understand Frank's very busy. He's got his shows very filled at the minute, so I can only thank him for letting me get out on the Eddie card on the 4th, and obviously thank you to Frank and Eddie for both letting me get out.
Yeah.
So let's just hope we can get a decent fight now and move forward. And who knows what's around the corner? You know, obviously boxing's full of twists and turns, and we'll see what the future plans out.
Yeah, as you say, it's good that, you know, the two promoters are coming together, and obviously, especially in these times, I think it's required by them really more than anything, because obviously fighters like yourselves are you know, struggling, you know, week to week, and you know, really need to be out there fighting. So it's good to hear that they're actually, you know, doing something rather than saying no, you have to wait until this date or that date. So that's good. So with regards to your next opponent, obviously it was quite soon, the announcement after, you know, your last fight. I think it was on the 11th of November.
Yeah.
So was that just like instantly? Yes, I'm taking that. There was no kind of second thought or second guessing
Listen,
it. Getting ready.
I'm ready to go. Been training hard. I've had a long camp. I've had some good rest. I'm getting the right nutrition. I'm getting the right advice. And listen, I'll fight tomorrow. I'm ready to go. You know,
Mm.
but bar shedding a few pounds maybe, but I'm ready to go. So yeah, there's no question in my mind. As soon as Bill said I'll get you another date, brilliant. Let's go. It's yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and how did you find it when you first had your first pro fight? How did you find the difference between, you know, taking a step up into the pro game? Was it quite nerve-wracking, or
Listen, when I first my first two pro fights, I felt like I was still very amateur and very new to the game and very like it was all new and didn't really know what's going on. But my last fight, I feel like I'm starting to show what I'm about. I've settled in as a pro, and yeah, it's only a quarter of what goes on. You know what we see in the last fight, and I'm ready to get out and show people what I can do.
yeah? And what was it that you found probably the most difficult taking that step up and going into the ring as a pro? What was the most difficult thing for you?
The rounds, banking 6, 8, inspiring. It's
Yeah,
at first you think, how am I ever going to do this? Do you know what I mean? But obviously, you keep ticking away, keep training hard, keep eating right, and it soon comes. So it's good. It's very good.
yeah. And if you were to give like one tip to, you know, up and coming amateurs, whether that's female or male,
Yeah,
what would your tip be in order to try and help them understand what it's like making that jump into the pro game?
I would just say dedicate yourself. The main thing is dedicate yourself from you know what you want to do. Just keep dedicating yourself. Keep training hard. Keep eating well. Keep the right people around you. Make sure you're happy. You're being happy. Is a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter.
Yeah,
And just keep working towards your goals, and it'll happen.
yeah, definitely. And going back, obviously, prior to your, you know, your amateur and going into pro and where you are now, how was it that you actually started off in boxing? What was it that made you think, you know what, I want to get into the boxing gym and I want to try this? What was the
You
ticking?
know what it was? I was only young, and there was a little small club up on the estate where my nan lives, and a few of the boys still pals with them now. To be honest with you, a few of the boys boxed, and obviously they're a couple of years older than me, and that. So I thought, I want to give that a go. Do you know what I mean? They was
Yeah,
fighting in that at the time, so I went up to it's only a small little gym. It was tiny little gym. Went up there, started doing a few bits and bobs, and just fell in love with it from there. You know.
yeah,
And obviously, I've went to Golden Ring, my amateur club, after that because the boys went there, so I just followed them as well. Went there and obviously started sparring and started getting better and better, and then just went from there. Really,
yeah.
funny enough, I'm the only one that's still fighting.
So obviously, when you're in camp, obviously there are things that obviously fighters come out and openly admit that, you know, they hate, you know, in camp. What is it that you don't particularly like doing in camp? What's that one thing for you?
It comes with the job. It's got to be the making weight. It has to be. It's
Yeah,
every fighter, but it. Do you know what? I don't struggle for the weight. I don't. I've been campaigning at light heavyweight, well, just under the light heavyweight limit, but I'm a super middleweight. When it
yeah,
matters, I'll be super middleweight. And listen, it comes with the job. So if you're not prepared to sacrifice that little bit of food to make weight and push yourself forward, then
yeah,
who are you? Do you know what I mean? So you know it comes with the job. You do it in the amateurs and you have to do it as a pro. So making weight's got to be the worst, but it comes with the job.
yeah. And is there anyone that, obviously you're in and out of gyms all the time, is there anyone that's kind of caught your eye, you know, whilst you've been in the gym? Like a young talent that you potentially think, oh, these could go some distance in the game. Has there been anyone that's caught your eye of recent?
Yeah, there's a few good fighters. Obviously locally, definitely a few good ones. You got little Danny Boardman, very good fighter, very good fighter. I think he's got potential to go all the way. Along with little Jack McLaughlin, a very good fighter again, got good potential. Amber Birch, very, very good. She just won the European Games, a girl from the amateur gym.
Okay.
And Lennox Gill. They're all of them tremendous talents. They've had great schooling, and I think they can go all the way.
Yeah. And with that, obviously, it's so difficult to get into any sort of professional sport these days. So
Yeah.
when you had the opportunity, we're talking sponsorships here,
Yeah.
how did that work for you? Because obviously people, sometimes struggle to get sponsorships unless they're seen in the right place at the right time. So how did that work for you?
Listen, I felt I've had, to be honest, I've had very, very good sponsors. Chapter 8 Traffic Management, my main sponsor, and who's owned by a fella called Nathan Chalice. I can't thank him enough. He's been there from the start. He supported me through the good times, the bad times, and hopefully now we're going to push forward and have some great memories. And I've got a few other good sponsors as well, and can't thank them all enough.
And what would your bit of advice in order for like some of these amateurs? So we've got some that we look at and following at the moment through our promotions. So what would you say is a good starting platform for them to try and get good sponsors to really help them?
I think they just need to get out, get speaking to people, speak to families, family, friends, people who've got businesses, and see who's willing to help. Because it's a very hard game as it is, and so with some good sponsors, it can it can help you massively. I can't even explain what my sponsors have done for me. It's been unbelievable, and I don't think I'd be where I am today if it wasn't for them. And so it's just, I think, just get out, speak to people, family, friends, anybody you can, and just obviously give people your time and see if they can help.
Yeah. And could you see yourself doing a similar sort of thing in a few years' time that Billy Joe's done for you, with giving you the mentor and guidance that he's given you, and likewise to Tom Little as well? Could you see yourself doing that, or are you already doing a similar sort of thing for the amateurs? Could you see yourself doing that?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think obviously I've only had 3 pro fights, and I'm not in no position yet to be worrying about anyone else's career. I need to be full focused on myself and move forward and get to where I want to be. But I think definitely in the future it's a thing that I would like to do, definitely. And even like now, I spend a lot of time with a few of the young talents that I mentioned to you, and showing them a few tricks and trying to talk them through and talk to them, and give them some knowledge that I know, and hopefully give them that vision and that dream more so than they've already got.
Yeah, definitely. So talking kind of like outside of boxing, obviously, I know you're a big football fan. Obviously, follow Southampton, despite not knowing the result the other week when you were on live. but, but apart from that, what do you like to do outside of boxing? Is there anything in particular that you follow and like to do other than solely focusing on your boxing? Is there anything else?
Do you know what it is? It's a tough job, and to be honest, I don't get much time to myself. Obviously, I'm training, I'm eating, I'm training. Everything's just 100% boxing. Trying to chase this dream and try and get to where I want to be to. So if it's not boxing, I'm watching a bit of boxing or watch a few films, and when I can, I love my food. Like a bit of food. I never balloon up too much, but everyone likes a nice bit of food. But then that's it, really. I don't eat, sleep, train, eat, sleep, train, the same old, you know. But that will pay off and get me to where I want to be. Mark my words.
So with regards to obviously your camp, obviously you were abroad for the last part of your camp before the 11th of November.
Yeah.
Do you prefer training overseas, or do you prefer training in the UK? What's your kind of preference on that?
It's unbelievable being away. Obviously being alongside Billy Joel and getting that world class, world champion treatment that he gets. He gives everything that he gets. I get. it's unbelievable. And I think it's very nice training in the sun, and you wake up happy. The sun's eating clean food and drinking water. Everything's just brilliant. I'd much
Yeah.
prefer being away. The bones aren't so cold, that's for sure. And but yeah, I prefer being away.
Yeah. So do you think that will be more of a common theme moving into 2021, being abroad and being in the camp over there? Because I know MTK have just announced that they've got the gym has been opened, and that's now a thing over there in
Yeah.
Fuerteventura. So do you see yourself that will be where your main camp will be, or will it still be split between there and the UK or other places?
Well, obviously I'm at home. I'm in Southampton at the minute, but I've also got a mobile home now on Billy Joe's land, so
Yeah.
I'm up there with Bill. I'm the adopted gypsy, you know, in the mobile home. But yeah, so if we're home, we'll be training in London. I've got a place up there next to Bill, so I'm obviously he's got me close by and watching over everything and teaching me every day. And I think we'll be away a lot too, so I think it'll either be Essex or we'll be over there.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we're
good.
back in the sun in January, so it'd be nice after the Christmas to get over there, you know,
Yeah.
get to it. But I won't be stopping for Christmas.
No, so you're planning to pretty much get straight back out, you know, end of January, beginning of February sort of time. Is
Yeah,
that the aim?
yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. Is that something that's currently in discussions with, obviously, under your promoter, Frank Warren? Is that something that your team are having discussions with him about? That obviously, we know that you're on Eddie's card, coming up on the Billy Joe Saunders card. But is it something that you've already had the discussions with Frank about getting back out as soon as possible? And
Listen,
no break.
I'll leave that down to Billy Joe Saunders
Yeah.
and MTK Global. You know, I've had a little brief chat with Bill, and hopefully I'll be back out in February. But I leave everything down to them. You know, it's
Yeah.
that's not my job. My job is just to get on with the boxing, be fit, be sharp, be ready, and that's it.
Yeah. So if there was one fighter that you could say to Billy that this is the one I want next, and you know, whether it's pushing yourself too far forward straight away or just a next opponent, what would that be, and why would you pick them?
Listen, I've had 3 fights. Obviously we're in discussions, and we talk about fighters that we want every day. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to disclose any of that. But they'll let's get 2 or 3 more fighters out the way. Then ask me that question.
Okay.
And I'll give you some names.
And if there was one asset that you could take away from a fighter of your weight division now or past, who would that be, and why would you do that, and what would it be?
Listen, I'm my own fighter. I'll make my own style.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see what plans out. I'll keep getting everyone say I'm a bit frotch like, but I don't see it too much myself. But we'll see.
Yeah, obviously he went massive places, and obviously he had, you know, big venue sellouts. So
it can't be a bad thing.
Yeah, it can't be a bad thing. Can't be a bad thing.
That's it.
Obviously, if there was one venue that you would like to fight in, you know, in the near future or in the future, where would that be, and your reasons behind wanting to fight there?
It's got to be Madison Square Garden, isn't it?
Yeah.
It has to be. It's just different, isn't it? It's just got that feeling, that vibe about it, that one day, hopefully, God willing, it'll happen. But that venue's just something else.
Yeah.
To know all the greats that have boxed there is just unbelievable.
Yeah, the history that's there is just, you know, amazing, and obviously to put your name down as you've had a night there, it would be something very special.
That's it. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing Billy Joe ping the head off Canelo there, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can't see Canelo coming over to the UK anytime soon. No. So I think Billy Joe will have to go over there and sort it out.
Yeah, that's it.
So with that in mind, like with regards to obviously wanting to potentially look to fight at Madison Square Gardens one day, what was your first live experience of a boxing fight? Which fight was that, and And what was your thoughts on it at the time?
To be honest, the only fighters I used to go and watch live was Billy Joe. Went to watch him against Eubank, was very good. I can't remember my first live one, but went to watch
Yeah.
Billy Joe Eubank, Billy Joe Andy Lee. So yeah, I can't really remember my first one, to be honest with you, but been to a few live ones, a few good ones, a few Joshua cards.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're good. They're good.
And does it give you that hunger and desire to really motivate you to work harder by seeing these guys in their prime?
Yeah, when you see the likes of Billy Joe or Joshua or Fury fight, and there's arena sold out, you know, and there's the camera lights everywhere, and you just think, yeah, that's gonna be me one day. That's where I'm going. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully we'll have the opportunity to have fans back in the arenas, you know, come some part in 2021, because obviously I can't wait to get back into the arenas and be watching live, and I guess you guys as well are the same, you know, wanting that kind of atmosphere back in there.
I can't wait to be fighting on a venue and have 500, 600 Saints fans.
Yeah,
going absolutely wild. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it will be better once that's all happened, and hopefully that's not too far around the corner, and we can all get back in and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Actually, I've got a question for you. Did you go and see Tom Little at the gym recently?
Yeah.
What happened? I saw a video.
Yeah, it just got battered, mate, to be quite honest.
Did you put the body bag on?
Yeah, put the body bag on, and it gave me more utmost respect for you guys. I just don't know how you do it. I think I did a minute and a half and I was fucked.
How did it feel?
It was just like nothing I've ever experienced. It felt like I'd been hit by a car.
Yeah.
But you know, it was an experience. I've just gone down there to get a glove signed, and next thing I know, I've got a body bag on and I'm in the ring with him. So
taking left hooks.
Yeah. It was
It's good memories, eh?
Yeah, no, but that's it. You know, I don't know anyone else that's done it. You know, in close friends, you know, kind of around me. I've not known anyone to have done it, so I wasn't going to decline the option to jump in. And the other thing was I'd had surgery 6 weeks before, so I wasn't going to decline it.
Oh, brilliant.
But no, it's good. But yeah, so anyway, just obviously, I really appreciate your time. I know you're very busy and obviously getting ready for Billy Joe and that. So I do wish you all the best for your upcoming fight, and I hope you have a nice birthday, which is next weekend, isn't it? Next Saturday. So I hope you have a nice birthday, whatever you're doing. And look forward to seeing your future unfold.
Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, speak to you soon. All right, all the best.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.